Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. Who needs dating apps when you have the grocery store? Today on our space, a cheater tries to live way above her means by finding her forever in the fresh produce aisle. Girlfriend cheated on me for a $3,000 bag, so I did this. Yes, you read it right. My girlfriend cheated on me because I couldn't buy her a $3,000 bag. I, 27 male, was in a relationship with a woman. I'll call her Luna, 26 female. We dated for more than 2 years when, one day, I found her making out in a Mercedes-Benz cabriolet. This happened a week ago when I went to an office party. A few drinks later, my colleague and I went outside to get some fresh air, and something caught our attention. The shiny blue Mercedes-Benz cabriolet. It was parked 2 buildings away in front of the hotel. We thought it was just parked and no one was in there, so we casually went towards it to admire its beauty closely. As we moved closer to the car to admire her beauty, we noticed someone was in there. The car was shaking weirdly. Then we realized that a couple was making out inside. My colleague and I stopped there and burst out in laughter that we were about to disturb someone in their private moment. We stood there for a smoke, and next, what I saw gave me chills. A woman came outside of that car, fixing her hair while teasing this man with her, and they both headed inside the hotel while handing over the keys to the valet. That woman was my girlfriend, Luna, who was making out with the guy in the Benz. My amusement turned into agony. My colleague knew Luna and was surprised to see her walking inside a hotel, hand in hand with a man. I didn't know that guy. I had never seen him. I know I have suddenly jumped into this topic without giving any context. I'm a sales executive in an MNC. Luna and I were colleagues when I worked as a part-time cashier at a supermarket. Luna was the store assistant. We became friends, but nothing panned out at the time. I was in college and was too busy to get into a relationship. Luna also never showed any interest in me. Luna dropped out of college to support her family. She's been working 2 jobs since the age of 19, and I respect her dedication. A year ago, I bumped into her at the same supermarket where we used to work. She was promoted to floor supervisor by then. We had met after 5 years, and like old friends, we went for a coffee. I asked her if she was dating someone. She said no. She gestured at me as if I was asking her out. I was single and said I didn't mind taking her out. We exchanged numbers, and the following weekend, we went for a drink. Gradually, we started dating, and it's been more than 2 years since we had been together. During our relationship, I used to suggest she complete her college because the absence of one was blocking her career from growing. She says she could not afford a college education since she had to look after her parents. Initially, I sympathized with her because she was sacrificing her career to take care of her family. But eventually, I discovered that she was sending only 25% of her income to her parents. Besides her job at the supermarket, which was stable and consistent, she used to struggle for her evening jobs. She hopped from one to another. From being a waitress to a bartender, she tried it all. Since she was working 2 jobs, I suggested she quit one job and join the college while the salary from one job could take care of her needs and her family's. She kicked against the idea of rejoining the college. She said her income from one job was not enough for her to survive. I respected her choice and did not push her further. The thing is, I wanted her to complete her college and settle for a stable day job. I was looking forward to proposing to her after a few months, and her schedule was the biggest hindrance on me to settle down with her. I loved her and was serious about her. I tried to confront her about my feelings that I wanted to marry and settle down with her within a year. Hence, I wanted her to sort out her career first. She shrugged off by saying that marriage and career are 2 different things. She also wanted to marry me in a year or so, but she liked her hustling career. She said she could not sign up for a monotonous day job. She considered that to be boring. For some reason, her job-hopping stuff brought a thrill to her life. I don't know if that was a red flag or not, but I clearly missed reading that signal. Luna didn't believe in saving, so she used to spend all her income on her lifestyle. Like any other woman, she had a keen interest in branded clothes, bags, and sandals. For someone who doesn't know Luna's profession or background, they would assume her to be of a wealthy background because of the way she carried herself. I don't know how people would take it, but I never considered it a problem. Initially, I did try to advise her to save up, but she said she was working so hard, hence, she deserved to own those stuff. Besides, she was using her own money to fulfill her expensive choices. A year ago, she asked me if she could move in with me. She was living with her friend who was moving out to a different city. Luna could not bear the expenses of the apartment alone, hence asked me if we could stay together. I was happy she was leveling up our relationship because I was also serious about her. I told her she did not need to contribute since I was already bearing the rent and other house bills alone. Instead, she can save up that money for herself. I didn't think about money a lot. Apart from the food expenses, nothing shot up due to her moving in, so I didn't mind bearing it. 6 months ago, I got a promotion at work. It was a very proud moment for me. I had worked really hard for it. To celebrate my achievement, I took Luna out for a candlelit dinner at a fancy restaurant. She was really happy to enjoy the service at a premium place, where she was usually at the other end, service provider as waitress or bartender. She was so pleased that she kept telling me I was raising her expectations. I wanted to pamper her like any man does for his girlfriend or wife. Little did I know that I was digging my own grave. After that dinner, Luna started subtly suggesting that I take her out every now and then, which basically meant every weekend. Her demand was not for a regular Subway, McDonald's, or any regular eatery. She suggested a fancier place every weekend. For the past few months, I had to put up with her, thinking that she would soon get over it. While her eating out habit didn't subside, a new habit of hers popped up, and it was for gifts. She started demanding gifts from me. Her request was not for any occasion, but just random, and that too, expensive ones. Sometimes it was for a Zara dress, the latest iPhone, and whatnot. It was her birthday last month, and I casually asked her what she needed for her birthday gift. Her wish list almost choked me. It was a Chanel bag of $3,000. I cracked up, taking it to be a joke, but she got offended. She said that I was judging her on her choice. I told her I wasn't judging her at all, but I seriously took it as a joke. $3,000 for a bag is seriously something that I cannot wrap my head around. Instead of acknowledging her unreasonable demand, she justified it. She said that since I got a hefty raise after my promotion, I should be treating her with something fancy. Besides, I have not gifted her anything significant for the last 2 years of dating each other. I was shocked when she said that. I know I didn't gift her anything expensive, but I've been bearing all the household expenses for the last 1 year. Before she moved in, I was bearing all the bills for lunch and dinner whenever we went out. I deliberately didn't let her pay because she was earning less. She didn't fight me over this, but she gaslighted the situation to the extent that it made me feel guilty for not providing her with what she needed. She said that the $3,000 was just a 10-day salary for me. People spend their entire month's salary on their girlfriend. See, I know $3,000 would be a 10-day salary, but I believe spending that much money on a bag is worthless. I know there are a bunch of people out there who go crazy over these over-the-top brands. $50,000 Nike shoes or $10,000 Gucci belts. I'm sorry, but I don't find it worth spending a dime on such short-term clothing items. I told her that if she wanted, I could give her that money, and she would get some vocational skills to help her improve on her work. I know I sounded boring, but I couldn't think of anything better to spend $3,000. She rolled her eyes and called me stingy. She was clearly angry with me, but didn't say anything. Her attitude had definitely changed after that. I thought she was just upset because of the bag episode and would get over it. On her birthday eve, I came home early to plan a surprise for her. I took a half day at work to buy flowers, candles, cakes, and a couple of dresses from Zara, which she had been eyeing for some time. I kept waiting for her until midnight. She usually used to return by midnight, but after that fight, she was coming late. I called her to check when she would return, but she didn't answer the call. After an hour or so, she messaged me that her colleagues had planned a surprise party for her birthday, and she would be spending the night there. I was utterly disappointed because I had also planned for the surprise and spent the entire evening preparing for it. However, I couldn't blame her because she didn't know about my plan. But somehow I didn't like that she spent her birthday night with her friends. I mean, she could have invited me to that party, but she didn't. I was so upset and tired that I dozed off on the couch. I woke up in the morning when Luna arrived drunk from her party. She was happy to see that I had also planned something in the house. She cuddled me and apologized for ditching me all night. I told her that I had taken off on her birthday so that we could enjoy the day together. She didn't really like the plan. She said she had to go to work as she had not taken a leave. I told her to call in sick at work, but she denied it. I really got upset at this because I had planned so much and was excited to spend quality time with her. She ignored my request and went ahead with her schedule of showering, getting dressed up, and leaving for work. I couldn't fight with her because it was her birthday, so I let her be. I hugged her while she was leaving and asked her if she could stay back, but she said she was not in for a boring day on her birthday. I got confused and asked her what she meant. She said that she doesn't want to spend her birthday sitting at home and drinking wine. She is an outgoing person and would like to spend her birthday outside. I suggested that we go out to a resort or for a day trip nearby. Her response was, "My work sounds cooler than your plan." I lost my patience by this and let her go. I was utterly frustrated by her attitude, but I let it pass. I took it by myself that I should have planned something better, knowing that Luna was an extrovert party person. Instead of just planning something for the two of us, I should have planned for a birthday bash or something. The next few days, I tried to cheer her up by promising that on her next birthday, I would really do something that would delight her. She said her standard of delight is nothing less than a Hawaii trip. I didn't say anything, just curled my lips and smiled. For someone who has never been outside the state to speak of such a standard, it is actually a red flag, and this time, I read it. I started noticing her closely and realized that something was definitely off. While all these were going on, coincidentally, last week I saw her making out in that luxurious car and then entering a five-star hotel with a man. Seeing them go inside, I just couldn't help but rush inside the hotel or follow them. My colleague stopped me, saying that I would be thrown out of the lobby if I did something shady like this. I had to be careful and alert. My colleague requested that we go back to our office party, but I was not in the mood to go to the party. I just stood in front of the hotel waiting for them to come out. After a while, my friend insisted that we leave because it could be possible that they were spending the night together, and we could not stand there for a whole night. So, he drove me back home. I was so distraught that I was not able to breathe. I packed up all her stuff and dumped it outside the apartment. I don't know when I did sleep. I woke up to a loud shrieking voice of Luna asking me about her packed stuff. I told her that she could go back to her rich boyfriend with whom she was screwing around last night. Her response was, "Oh, so you know it. Great." It drove me insane. I yelled at her and asked when all these things were going on. She said that there was no point in being dramatic. She had to hunt for these rich men because I was a miser and could not afford to buy her a Chanel bag. Her eyes were cold and unremorseful. She took her stuff and left. It's so shallow and unbelievable that people can stoop so low just for the sake of money. I don't know what I'm going to do now, but surely I won't let that woman walk all over me. Ah, my gosh. Her coldness is rather unsettling, OP. I'm so sorry. You deserve better than that. At the same time, giving her attitude towards everything else is almost unsurprising. She obviously lives way above her means, and you were honestly trying to guide her towards a life that would offer her more security, and possibly even a way to pay for the type of lifestyle she wanted. But she's not interested in doing the work. She wants a free ride. Update 1. Hi all. It's been more than 6 months since my original post. I didn't make an update earlier because there was nothing worth updating. I know I closed my last post saying that I would definitely avenge the cheating, but life got the better of me. A few weeks after my breakup, coincidentally, I was sent to Seattle for a month-long project by my company, and that helped a lot. The change in scenery helped me move on quite fast. After a month, when I was back from my work trip, I won't say I had completely forgotten her, but yes, I had moved on a lot. I blocked her from all social media platforms, so there was no way I could see her or know about her. A week ago, Luna showed up at my house. She looked miserable. I was no longer angry with her, so I let her in. I asked her the reason for the visit. She broke down, apologizing to me. She said she was sorry to ruin our relationship for some short-term gifts. I asked her to move on because I had come ahead from my past. She told me that I was the only person who ever loved her, while everyone else was just using her body. I told her that she could not label others to be users because she got those expensive gifts in return. She said that she didn't need those fancy items but a permanent partner to settle with because she has been hustling for the last 10 years. I wish her good luck finding her man because I was no longer her man. She pleaded with me to give her another chance. She told me that she was broke and had been living on a friend's couch because she could not afford a place for herself. I told her that she had 2 jobs, which should be sufficient to provide her with basic life. She started crying again and said that she'd never had 2 jobs. She had only one at the supermarket. I was shocked at the revelation because for the 2 years we dated, she told me that she was going out for work. She said that she used to go out with her friends every evening, hit on men at the bar, and make out with them in exchange for gifts and money. I don't want to spell it out, but that's what she meant. I was so shocked that I could barely speak a word. She added that she was about to hit her 30s, hence she's unable to juggle her day job and the night's work. She wants to settle down and lead a normal life. She pleaded with me not to judge her and take her back. She promised that she would prove to be a good wife. I assured her that I wasn't judging her at all, but it was unfair that she kept me in the dark for 2 years. She lied to me and she cheated on me, and I can't forget that. She held my hand and cried that she was broke and needed help. I told her clearly that I could not be back with her, and she would leave me alone. Her confession swirled my mind, that I was dating someone who was seeing other men every other day, and I was such a fool to love her all those years. I spoke to my friend about this, the one who was with me when I saw Luna making out in that car, and he suggested that I take an STD test because I was with that woman for so many years while she was screwing around with others. Chances are that I might have gotten infected. I resisted the test because I had no such symptoms, but my friend said that sometimes the symptoms take years to appear, so it's better to be safe. I have booked the test tomorrow, hoping to come out clean. Honestly, yeah, you may have been the only guy to actually love her, and the fact that she lost that is on her. She really messed up. She was far too concerned about materialistic things and instant gratification. But honestly, how much of all of it was just crocodile tears? She just needs someone to buy her things. She'll never stop looking for the easy way. Update 2. Hello people, my STD reports came clean, thank God. Today I was passing by the supermarket where I met Luna, and where she worked. Something inside me urged me to go inside. I went inside and was lurking in the food aisle when one of the tenured employees, who happened to be my colleague when I used to work there, spotted me. He came and spoke to me. He knew that I dated Luna, so I asked him if she was still working there, as I couldn't spot her. He said that Luna was fired from the job 3 months ago. I asked him the reason, but he said he doesn't know. I told him about my breakup with Luna. Then he revealed the truth. He said that, of late, Luna was caught on camera trying to make advances towards male customers who looked wealthy. The security was keeping an eye on her for a long time, but since nothing was captured on the camera, they couldn't take any action. She was usually seen leaving the supermarket in their car after the shift. But 3 months back, she was caught making out with a customer in the secluded corner of the store. She was given a warning because she was one of the tenured employees, but a few days later, the same customer turned up at the store and created a huge scene that Luna had slipped out of money from his wallet when she went to his house for the night. The management had to take action, and this time she was fired. I asked him, since he was working with her for so many years, did he find her shady? He said that he was shocked to know about her truth because she was very normal with her coworkers and friends. No one knew about her dark reality. He said that Luna's reputation had gotten so bad in their working community that no one wanted to refer her or hire her. She was just using men to fund her lifestyle. I'm sharing this here so that others can be careful about the person they're dating. I feel lucky that it was just for 2 years. I read so many stories where the partner hid their true identity for many years. Even after my marriage, thank God, I was out of it before things got too serious. Please run a background check before marrying anyone, or at least spend enough time with them, meet their parents, and meet their friends before even getting serious with them. Thanks for hearing me out. Desperate people will do desperate things. It's interesting that she'd go so far as to try to meet people in the grocery store. It's not too often you hear of a millionaire finding his next ex-wife in the produce aisle. What do you make of this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. See you next time on R Space.